How's off-season work going?
It's going really good. Feel like I took a different approach this year. Focus on losing some of the game weight that I had last year. Want to come more trim, leaner, faster. I feel a lot better. Feel great actually. So.
You said 12 pounds? Is that what
Yeah, lost about 12 pounds. So.
How do you do that?
Just eating the right things. Last year I feel like I was kind of just eating whatever I could. Just being young, just kind of whatever came to mind is what I ate. Now I'm focusing more on, what to put in my body that's going to fuel me, that's going to help me, in the future. So, we got to chef this, off season, kind of eating the right things and working out, daily. It just focused on the things that we had to focus on. It was just our body type and, just leaning up and getting rid of the weight that wasn't needed anymore. So, I lost about 12 pounds and feeling fast now.
What are you eating?
On the basis, maybe more like baked chicken, any type of seafood, but I cut down on more of the carbs, in the portion of the food that I do eat. So I don't eat just one huge meal, a day. I try to get between 4 and 6 meals a day, but just the right portions and the right things put in my body that's going to feel it the correct way. But a lot of it is a lot of baked chicken. I can tell that, which is one of my favorite, but I feel like if I eat one more, I might turn into one at this point. So, no, but just watching the right things to eat.
Does your chef live with you guys?
No, they come in, every other day, so kind of keep the food fresh. But it's not an everyday basis, but they come in every other day, so keep the food kind of fresh, so it continues to taste good, and we can kind of go over the things that we want to work on. I feel like my brother is at a point where he needs to gain weight, so they explain what he needs to do more and what he needs to eat more, and I'm trying to stay on that, kind of lean and kind of stay on the same track that I'm on now. I don't want to lose any more weight, but I want to kind of just gradually stay where I'm at. So they come in every other day, so we have those discussions and kind of figure out what's next. And, going close to the season, we're going to change it up a little bit more, and giving us more things that's going to fuel our body for the season.
Where are you right now?
I'm about 194 right about now. I'm feeling good. I think I came in around that same weight my rookie year, between 194 and 198. So, if it goes up or goes down, that's kind of what I want to play at. I want to stay fast. I'm stronger than I was last year being at this weight. So, I'm feeling pretty good.
Were there moments when you look back at last season and you just feel like you weren't fast enough?
Yeah, I feel like I had my speed, but I feel like it took so much out of me because I was carrying so much weight. The speed never really left me, but, when you're carrying, 210, 212, running around, you start to get more fatigued a lot faster. My main thing, I want to be able to run longer, run faster, better than anybody that's on the field. I want to be able to, continue to play through the whole game, first through fourth, and be able to have just as much as energy from the start to the last play of the game. So, to lose that weight and now running around, now breaking, and my energy level continues to stay up, and I can run a lot longer and a lot faster and continue to compete at the highest level. And that's how I've been feeling all OTAs. So it's been going good, and I'm feeling really great about the weight I'm at now. So, I'm just going to stick with it. It's working. So.
You talked a little bit about this. How important is being stronger in your position? You have to be fast, quick, but in terms of strength.
Yeah, strength is just, now, especially being the type of defense we are, corners do get involved with the run. We want to be strong enough to get off blocks. This year we want to work on, helping in that run fit, getting off blocks early, being able to stop the run and just to help out. That's the type of defense that we run. Like, we got to continue to, to be helping that run guy, their run fit, and those type of corners that we have here. We have corners that's not scared to tackle. We can cover just as good as we do tackle. So, just being strong to be able to throw receivers off you, and not having any wasted time, playing around and fighting and hand fighting with receivers. So just being strong when it comes to that. You want to be able to make a tackle and feel good about it, and not just, make a tackle or missing. So just being strong in the weight room. I think the main thing we've been focused on is making sure the outside guys and the DBs are just as strong as our whole defense. So we're working on that this offseason.
You were pretty critical of the season that you had last year. I think you said on the radio that you would give it a D or a D+. Why do you feel that way?
Because I got to be more than average. I can give myself any type of grade, but, the only way I would get better if I be hard on myself. And last year was just an average year. And being that number one corner, I can't have average years. I got to be the guy that they can continue to look up to and be able to count on and make the big splash plays when it's needed. And I got to be that guy. I got to be more than just good. I got to be more than just great. I got to be elite, and I got to be that type of guy that they can count on. So last year was just an average year, and that's just something I'm not looking forward to. And I hold myself to a higher standard, and I got to do the same thing this year. And I got a different mindset than I did last year. The maturity level has changed, and I learned a lot more. And just becoming a better person, a better man before I can just change my game. So my mindset is totally different this year.
How challenging was the move from right to left side and making the switch and how all that kind of came for you?
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't too challenging. I just think I had the wrong mindset coming into it. I feel like I put too much pressure on myself, going to who was there before me, and it got to the point where now that I'm taking over this spot from this guy that was just here, let me make sure I have just as many picks, make sure I have just as many good plays, just as many pad breakups, and that's the type of mindset I came in with. It's all about accolades and stats, and it's not about that. It's about helping this team win in any type of way that you can, being a better teammate, to become a better player. So that's, like I said, the mindset is totally different now. It's not about just the accolades and stats. It's about doing whatever it takes to help this team win, because at the end of the day, they brought me here to help this team win, and that's what I want to get back to. I want to get back to winning, and bring the championship back home to where it needs to be. So that's the type of mindset I'm coming into. It's just the maturity level has changed, and I want to be that guy they can count on, and I will be that guy they can count on. So.
That mindset affects your performance. Are you trying too hard sometimes? Are you trying to get picks where they weren't there? Or what was that?
Agreed. I definitely agree. Just going for the ball when it wasn't there, it got to a point where I was thinking more about, man, I got to pick this next play, or I got to make this play, and I started to overthink things that wasn't even there, instead of just doing the job at hand, working the technique and just doing what I need to do. I started looking for plays that wasn't there. When you play like that, you focus on too many things instead of just focusing on just your job. And that's the mindset I had last year. Like I said, you got to continue to grow. You got to continue to mature, from last year. And that's what I did. I took this offseason and kind of focus on myself and who I want to be as a player, and just figure out what I really want to accomplish in life. And I want to be, like I said, an elite player. I want to be one of the greats. But at first, I got to become a better person before I can truly, change my game. So I want to be, a better captain. Continue to teach the young guys and understand that they can count on me. And I want to help this team win. No matter what they need me at, what they need me to do, I'm going to be the guy to make those plays that need to be made. So.
Are there certain plays that stick with you that you wish you had back?
No, I kind of just let those type of things go. And there's no reason, especially, talking about last year. You kind of let those things go. I can't let anything linger on anymore because it's new season. And then I think it'd be really bad to come into the next season thinking about a play I didn't make last year. So. Those type of things, you watch the film, you try to correct it, and you figure out what you did wrong, and you make sure it doesn't happen again. And, you start that process early. We already back, watching film again, trying to go over the mistakes that we did. We watching different season. I think I even went back and watched the 2013 season, in Seattle. So it's kind of cool to see the type of, the environment that they created here in 2013 and see the way the guys play with each other. And sometimes you got to go back to your roots and your history to kind of see the way they did things. So, I had some of the DBs, download all that tape to kind of see how 2013 defense played, the way they care for each other, the way they play for each other, the way they celebrated, and, and it kind of opened people's eyes to the things that we want to be at, the things we want to get back to. So, we back into it, and I feel like everybody's excited, everybody buying into it, and sometimes you got to figure out where it came from so you can get back to it.
When you got here, Sherman and Earl, they're all here. They're not anymore. Is there a void there? You feel like you have to step up as a leader into that group now on the back end? How do you kind of view your role now that you're a little bit more veteran in this group and things have changed so much?
I just take what they told me. Everything they taught me is no reason for me to keep it to myself. You got to pass it on. That's the reason why they showed me the game. They showed me how things work. They showed me how to watch film. They showed me how to be a pro. And the reason why they did that, because I need to show the young guys the same way, the same ropes. And, and B-Mac, Bradley Maduka did a great job last year. Taking it upon himself to be that leader in that room. And now it's time for help. B-Mac being down now, it goes for him, then it comes to me. And I got to be that guy to step up. They got to be the guy they look up to speak to. So I got to do everything right. I got to do everything the correct way. I got to continue to be a pro. And you got to pass on the other because, it could be the next one up. When Bradley, come back and he's ready to, run around, it's going to be both of us together to continue to lead that room in the right direction. Tedrick Thompson is coming up and being another guy who's going to help lead the room. And those are the type of guys you got to count on. They're going to, look forward to making those splash plays that I spoke about, and we're going to just do our part. And so I'm really excited for this year, having more of a voice and being more mature, being more of a veteran, and being a leader on this defense.
What was last year like for Shaquill, and how do you feel like he is right now, kind of at this point compared to where he was last year?
I know he's enjoying it now. He definitely enjoying it. Last year, I feel like he did he did the right thing and how he took, everything that happened, starting first game and then, getting demoted and, playing special teams. Anybody could have took that the wrong way. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about defense. I'm just going to, stick and focus on special teams. But he didn't. He continued to stay prepared and ready for any situation where when his number was called, he'll be ready. But he made so many plays on, special teams. He was one of the team's leading tacklers on special teams. So you can understand the mindset was there and it was right. And he took everything the right way. And when his number was called on defense, he came in and made plays that he needed to make. And he was always ready. So he never had to get ready. And now this year, they're moving around a lot more. He get a chance to rush a little bit at Sam. With the nickel package, he playing well. And he's just moving around a lot more. So now you can see he's kind of enjoying a lot more because he's getting back to what he used to doing, rushing. And so now he's to the point when he want to gain a little bit more weight. Keep his speed, but be able to rush and come back and cover. And, he's been looking good so far during OTA, so I know he's definitely enjoying it. So I think it's going to be a different year for him this year.
Is that the idea? Mindset of, not being right. Was that something you discovered by yourself and kind of hit you? Was that something the coaches were kind of saying, hey, what's going on?
Something that hit me myself. It's just something like, after the season, you take a couple of weeks off and you kind of just evaluate everything that happened that year. And you kind of try to figure out what went wrong or what you did wrong. And I felt like my mindset wasn't right, so I feel like I had to become a better person, a better man when it comes to, my life and everything that I have done and will do. So I had to figure that part on myself. So when it came to the way I was thinking coming into it, it was all about, just make this play, get these stacks so you can get these accolades. I felt like that what was important, and that's never true. As a teammate, as a player, it's about winning. And if you always think about yourself, you're thinking about the wrong thing. You should be thinking about the team first, and that's the mindset, and that's what I had to figure out this offseason. So it was definitely myself. When you take a couple weeks off, you get a chance to reevaluate everything that you went through that year. Man, it kind of hit me. It hit me hard too, because now the season is over, and now you got all this time to kind of start over and regroup. So it's pros and cons to that, but I'm glad I got a chance to reevaluate everything that happened, and the maturity level has changed, the mindset has changed as well.
Did you say it was your idea to have the younger guys watch film of the 2013?
Yeah. Going to get a chance to download that and just watch it. You got to see how things are done. You want to be a vet. You want to see how to win. Well, those guys knew how to do both. Be pros and know how to win games and do it the correct way and enjoy doing it with each other. And sometimes you got to see that. Like I said, you got to go back into your past to kind of see how things was ran here. If you want to get back to a Super Bowl caliber team, you got to see how the Super Bowl teams did it. And there was one of those guys them guys in 2013. They did it right. They did it correct. And if you want to get back to that spot, you just got to see it from the right people who was doing it. So I feel like that's the best thing to do. It's while we have time, just watch it, sit there and see. Look at your position, see how they did it, see what they did wrong, see what they did right, and see how they corrected it. But at the end of the day, they all have fun. Beating up on teams, and we got to be able to enjoy that with each other. So I feel like that was the best thing, the best advice I could give, is just to see how things was done. When it came to teams winning and winning the Super Bowl and doing it right. So I feel like that was the best advice I could give them, is to get a chance to just to see, how everything was done.
Could you feel the
Difference
difference
on
between
the
like
left side than the right side? Sorry.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Is it more challenging on the left side than the right side, or is it about the same?
No, it's about the same. It's definitely a different footing, but it just is something you got to get used to. As a corner, I feel like you should be able to play both sides, but it is a little adjustment. But after a while, you just get used to it. When I first came here, it's not like I knew exactly about the technique, but I eventually got used to it. Now, second year, I was on the left side. Now I eventually get used to it. So, now that I have a year on my belt on the left side, it's no excuse about the technique or how I should do things. At this point, I know exactly what to do, what to expect, and how the technique should go. So I'm definitely comfortable, and I'm prepared to, make that step, as that left corner.
Shaq, you said you felt like you put maybe too much pressure on yourself last year, but then you're also saying how you want to be a leader, how you want to be elite. How do you find that balance? Like, how do you be the best you can be?
I feel like the pressure came from me just wanting so many interceptions, or like I said, the stats. That where the pressure didn't come from my actual teammates or the players counting on me. It just came from, oh man, if I'm in the season with 10 picks, I'm terrible. That pressure came, I put on myself, and the pressure when it comes to being a leader, it was never that. I've been a leader my whole life, no matter what team or situation I'm in. It even came just to being a leader in my family. That's the type of things that, I'm used to. So it's never pressure from my teammates or them just being able to count on me. I put pressure on myself, thinking that if I don't hit a certain mark, in a year, just focused on individual goals, I feel like I put too much pressure because if I didn't meet that, I felt like I was doing something wrong or I wasn't good enough. So that pressure was all on myself and the mindset that I had. Like I said before, that's the mindset I had to change.
The way that you're seeing them use Shaquille right now, is that pretty similar to what he did at UCF?
Yeah, very similar. But he covered a lot more now, so he enjoyed that part. But now you get a chance to see his speed on the edge, like what he did in college. But he a little rusty. So I remember going back home, we talking about, he got to work back on his pass rush. It's definitely not the same, but to see him back into it, he's loving it at this point. He's definitely enjoying that part, get a chance to rush again. But it's back like how he did in college. So hopefully the same amount of sacks they had in college you can bring here to this team because we definitely need it.
What do you think of DK Metcalf?
So far he's doing good. That's the main. I really do like him, and we're actually getting close to getting a chance to go against each other a lot more. He's been working on his releases, hand placement. He actually did a move on me today, which was different that he haven't done all OTAs. Get a chance to press, and everybody know our technique. When we shoot two hands, he thought about just grabbing my arm and kind of pulling me by, and things like that. I can see he's starting to progress because we go against each other the whole OTAs, and you see what I'm doing different, and now he kind of getting me figured out, and it's kind of cool to see that he's adjusting to it. Those are the same type of things you have to do during the season. You got to be able to adjust to different situations, the different people we're going against. So it's kind of cool to see him progress, and the speed is definitely there. His size and speed is definitely there, and you can see him. You think a ball is overthrown, and he'll go up and get it. So I'm definitely impressed with him. We still got a long way to go, and that's my main focus, to continue to help him get better. I make sure I give him my best. I know he's going to give me his, so we're going to help each other out because we're going to need him this year.
Anything else for Shaq? Was that moving? Was that 7-on-7? The move you're talking about?
Yes, 7-on-7 first play. So it was cool to see him. He's progressing. So those are the kind of things he got to put in his bag and continue to use.
Do you still consult with Richard Sherman?
Yeah, I actually just text him today. Every now and then we just check up on him, just keeping that relationship is always good. It's more than just football. You got to keep that family. I feel like he's a brother to me, and you always want to keep that relationship. So I actually just texted him today, actually.
You feel like you've shown your leadership out on the field, especially with so many other defensive starters kind of being held out right now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like I'm doing actually a great job with that. But it doesn't stop here. We still got so much more to do and so much more to accomplish, and then I only have to get better at that. But we off to a great start. The best thing about it, is people is buying into it. When you have a leader and it's hard to listen to a leader, it's kind of tough to be one. But they listen to me. They hear me out. And they trust me. So that's the best part about it, and that's something I got to build off of. None of these guys trust me, so you build off that and just become better.
Hey, you said you lost 12 pounds. I'm wondering what you gave up that you missed the most.
Wings. Just eat barbecue, buffalo, cheeseburgers, those kind of main things. So every now, it's funny that you say that because we get one cheat meal, not a cheat day, one cheat meal, either Friday or Saturday, and it's so tough to figure out what I'm gonna eat on that cheat meal. I don't know if I want wings and a cheesecake, cheeseburger with the fries. I just don't know. And actually, I think me and my brother are gonna have a discussion right now after I finish this to figure out what we're gonna eat this weekend. So I'm a little excited.
That's perfect.
Yes, very. No doubt.
Thank you. That's basically my entire